TOEFL Speaking Task 1 is really challenging. When I started practicing, I had huge problems answering Task 1 in the short time given. There are so many different question types and you only have 15 seconds to prepare. That's crazy! But then I figured out how to answer the question in such a short time and got a high score. If you want to know how to score high on TOEFL Speaking Task 1, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you will know all about Task 1 and how to get the score you need. By the way, guys, if you're going to take your TOEFL soon, check out my TOEFL materials. There, I teach you everything you need to score high. I show you how to give high-scoring answers, and of course, we do many practice tests together, so you will feel confident for your test. You can find the link to the TOEFL materials in the description box. And now, let's get started. TOEFL Speaking Task 1 is scary because you have to create your own response. It's not multiple choice, so you can't simply guess if you don't know the answer. You get a question that can be about any topic. You have 15 seconds to prepare, and then you have to answer the question in 45 seconds. This can be quite stressful. Really, the most challenging thing in Task 1 is the time. The short preparation time and the short time you have for answering the question. You must know what the task is about and use a strategy to solve it. Otherwise, you have no chance to succeed here. Task 1 is worth a fourth of your total speaking score, so take this seriously. Now, let's have a look at what Task 1 is about. Speaking Task 1 is often called the independent task or personal choice task. That's because you are asked to give your own opinion on a topic. You see the question, then you have 15 seconds to prepare and 45 seconds to speak. So it's only 1 minute total. The topic is always a common situation that you should be familiar with in your daily life. It may be about, for example, whether you think riding public transportation is a good idea or whether you prefer living in the country or the city. Task 1 is particularly challenging because there are 3 different question types. Agree-disagree questions are most common. Basically, you're given a sentence and asked if you agree or disagree with it. For example, the question might be, do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Living in the city is more convenient than living in the country. Use specific details in your response. To answer this question, you can say, yes, you think living in the city is more convenient. Or you can say, no, you think living in the country is more convenient. The second type of question is called paired choice. You are given 2 sides of an argument, and you have to decide which one you prefer. For example, some people prefer living in the city, while others prefer living in the country. Which place do you prefer to live and why? Use specific details in your response. The third type of question is called good idea question. It gives a statement and asks if you think it's a good idea or not. For example, the question might be, many people are moving to cities because it is more convenient. Do you think this is a good idea? Use specific reasons to support your view. Now, the challenge is to be able to give an answer for these 3 question types in 45 seconds. When I started practicing for Task 1, I didn't manage to finish on time. If this happens to you in the TOEFL, that's really bad. You must absolutely finish your answer. If the time is over when you are in the middle of your answer, you can't score high because you haven't answered the question completely. The key is to give a very concise and precise answer. This is what gets you a high score. And you can only do this if you have a very clear structure in your head and if you know how to start your sentences. You can achieve this by using a template. Templates give you sentence starters that come in the correct order, so you can use them in TOEFL speaking. You simply say the sentence starter and then you finish the sentence with your ideas that fit to the topic you were given. I use templates for all TOEFL speaking tasks, and they helped me a lot because I had something I could rely on. I was able to start speaking immediately and didn't have to think about what to say. To get all the templates you need, check out my TOEFL materials. You can find all templates for TOEFL speaking and TOEFL writing there. The link is in the description. Now, you can see that all question types in TOEFL Speaking Task 1 have something in common. They ask you your opinion from more than one choice. So the important thing is to pick one side and talk about it, because the question asks you to state your opinion. So don't give arguments for one side and then for the other. If you do this, you get a low score because you don't do what the question asks you to do. Choose a side and give one or two strong reasons to support your view. That brings us to the next point. It's important to know that there is no correct answer. It doesn't matter which side of an argument you take. If you get this question, you can say you like living in the country, or you can say that you like living in the city. The TOEFL is an English test, so the examiner is only interested in how well you develop your response. You are scored on whether you convey your idea clearly or not. If the examiner is confused about what you are trying to say, you lose points. A high score response doesn't even have to have perfect language. Small errors in grammar or pronunciation are okay if the examiner doesn't have to use a lot of effort to guess what you mean. By the way, guys, if this video is helpful to you, do me a favor and hit the like button. It makes me really happy to see that you like my videos. Also, comment down below which TOEFL topics you want me to talk about. I would love to know what you're interested in, so please let me know in the comments. Now, let's have a look at two more strategies to score high in TOEFL Speaking Task 1. The next one is about examples. Guys, this point is extremely important. All of the questions ask you to give specific reasons or details. You must explain at least 1 or 2 points that support your view if you want a good score. Let's say you have to answer this question. Some people prefer living in the city, while others prefer living in the country. Which place do you prefer to live and why? Use specific details in your response. You can't just say, I prefer to live in the country. You have to say why. Your reasons don't really matter. They just have to be logical. For example, you could say that your grandmother lives in the country and you want to live near her, and that you want to grow your own vegetables. All of these are valid reasons. The point is, you must explain why you hold your view. To make sure that you give reasons and structure your answer well, take notes. Some people don't take notes, but I recommend writing down just 1 or 2 words in the preparation time, because this gives you something to rely on. Don't forget that you don't have much time to give your answer, and you may be stressed out. If you have your ideas in front of you, it's easier to give a well-structured answer. But guys, this is super important. Don't write complete sentences. You don't have time for that. You only have 15 seconds to prepare. Use keywords. My notes for this question look like this. You can see that I didn't even write full words, just GMA for grandma and veg for vegetables. This is enough to remind me that I want to live in the country because I want to visit my grandma and grow vegetables. If you take notes like this, it doesn't cost you much time, and you make sure you don't forget what you want to say. That's it. That's all you need to know about TOEFL Speaking Task 1. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their TOEFL score too. See you in the next video!